Life often unfolds in ways that leave us questioning the timing of certain encounters, especially in matters of the heart. Meeting someone who feels like the perfect match, yet finding yourselves at different stages of readiness can be a bittersweet experience. This timing can feel confusing, but it's important to understand that divine intervention may be at work, shaping circumstances for a greater purpose. Sometimes, God allows these moments to teach us valuable lessons, whether about patience, personal growth, or trusting His plan. When the right person appears at the wrong time, it's not necessarily a denial, but a delay that serves a greater purpose. While it might feel frustrating, these moments often reveal that both individuals need time to align their paths, goals, and spiritual journeys. In these divine interventions, God might be preparing your heart or theirs for a future reunion, or protecting you both from entering into something prematurely. As you navigate this season of waiting or wondering, take heart in knowing that His timing is always perfect. Let's explore 5 divine interventions that can explain why meeting the right person at the wrong time may ultimately be part of God's plan. When you pray and feel peace about the person, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. When you pray about the person, you experience a peace that doesn't come from logic or circumstances. This peace reassures you that God is listening and working behind the scenes, even if the timing isn't aligning yet. It's not about rushing to conclusions, but about trusting the calm God gives in response to your prayers. When you feel this peace, it's often a sign that God has a plan for this person in your life, but it's unfolding according to His timing, not yours. You may not see immediate answers, but this peace helps you rest in His promises. Peace in prayer is a gift from God to help you remain patient and hopeful. It's His way of calming your heart while He aligns the pieces of your life in the way He knows is best. Keep bringing your feelings to Him, thanking Him for the person and the lessons He's teaching you in this season of waiting. This peace reminds you that God knows your desires and is preparing the best outcome for you. Trusting Him with your prayers builds your faith and strengthens your relationship with Him. It's also important to remember that this peace doesn't always mean things will work out exactly as you envision. Instead, it is God's reassurance that He is in control and will lead you where you need to go. Continue to seek Him in prayer and let that peace guide your actions and decisions. With time, you will see how His plan unfolds, often in ways far better than you could have imagined. Through this process, you also grow closer to God as you rely on Him for guidance. Waiting and trusting Him can deepen your faith and help you focus on what truly matters, your relationship with Him. Let this peace be a reminder that God is always working for your good, even when the answers aren't immediate. 2, you're both in transition periods. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. If you or the person you've met are in a season of change, it's a sign that God is working in both of your lives individually. Transitions, whether they involve career changes, spiritual growth, or personal challenges, are often part of God's plan to prepare you. He doesn't want you to enter a relationship when your foundation isn't steady. Instead, He uses these periods of transition to refine and shape you into the person He's called you to be. During transitions, it can be tempting to question why things aren't moving forward in the way you want. However, trusting God's plan means believing that He is aligning everything at the right time for your good. These transitions often reveal areas in your life that need attention or healing. Trusting God during this season allows you to grow closer to Him and prepares you for a healthier relationship in the future. Remember, God's plans are not to harm you, but to give you hope and a future that's better than anything you could imagine. This period of transition can also serve as a time of preparation for a stronger and more meaningful relationship. As God works in your life and theirs, He may be teaching you both lessons that will benefit your future union. These lessons might involve patience, self-discipline, or even forgiveness. Trust that He is using this time to build a solid foundation for something that will last. God's timing is perfect, and His transitions are intentional. While it may feel uncomfortable, these seasons are a necessary part of the process. Embrace the changes and trust that He is leading you to a future that is aligned with His purpose for your life. The waiting may be difficult, but His blessings always come at the right time. 3. You feel peace letting God take control. Cast all your anxiety on Him because He cares for you. Letting go of control and giving it to God is not always easy, but when you do, you feel a peace that reassures you of His care. This peace isn't something you can create on your own. It's a gift from God that helps you trust Him fully. As you release your worries and fears to Him, you find comfort in knowing that He's working everything out for your good. This peace is a clear sign that God is taking the reins and guiding your life in the best direction. You might not know how everything will work out, but that's part of trusting God. He doesn't ask you to have all the answers. He asks you to give Him your heart and let Him lead. This peace reminds you that His love for you is unchanging, and His plan is always perfect. Keep casting your cares on Him, knowing that He cares for you deeply. His peace is a reminder that you are never alone and that He is always working on your behalf. When you let God take control, you also free yourself from the pressure of trying to figure everything out. This allows you to focus on the present and trust that God is already handling the future. His peace helps you navigate life with a calm heart, knowing that He is with you every step of the way. It's a powerful reminder of His faithfulness. Additionally, trusting God to take control teaches you to rely on Him more and less on your own understanding. This deepens your relationship with Him and builds your faith in His promises. The peace you feel is evidence of His presence, guiding you and protecting you in ways you may not even realize. 4. You feel God's protection against distractions. The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer. My God is my rock, in whom I take refuge, my shield and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold. When the timing isn't right, God may protect you from distractions that could pull you away from His will. This protection often comes in the form of closed doors, delayed plans, or even redirection. While it may feel frustrating in the moment, it's a sign of His love and care for you. He shields you from situations or relationships that aren't aligned with His purpose for your life. His protection is not a rejection. It's a way of ensuring you stay on the path He's prepared for you. God's protection helps you focus on what truly matters in this season. He removes distractions so you can grow in your relationship with Him and prepare for what's ahead. When you feel His protection, it's a reminder that He is your stronghold and refuge. Trusting His guidance means believing that He sees what you cannot and is working to keep you safe. His protection is a sign of His faithfulness and His deep desire to see you fulfill His purpose for your life. This protection can sometimes feel like a barrier, but it's actually a safeguard to keep you from harm. God sees the bigger picture and knows what you need to avoid in order to reach the best outcome. Embrace His protection as a sign of His loving care, even when it means waiting longer or walking away from something that seems good. As you grow in your faith, you'll begin to recognize these moments of protection more clearly. They serve as a reminder of God's constant presence and His commitment to leading you toward His best for your life. Let His protection encourage you to trust Him even more deeply, knowing that His plans are always for your good. 5. You feel God teaching you to trust Him completely. Trust in Him at all times, O people. Pour out your hearts to Him. God may use this situation to help you develop complete trust in Him. When things feel uncertain or the timing seems off, He is teaching you to lean on His wisdom rather than your understanding. This trust strengthens your relationship with Him and helps you build a foundation of faith that can withstand challenges. It's in these moments of uncertainty that God reveals His faithfulness and reminds you that He knows what's best for you. Trusting Him fully means letting go of your need for control and surrendering to His perfect plan. When you trust God completely, it doesn't mean you won't feel doubt or frustration, but it does mean you choose to place those feelings in His hands. Pouring out your heart to Him, as the Scripture encourages, allows you to experience His peace and comfort. Trusting Him in this situation is a process that grows with each step of faith you take. As you rely on Him more, you'll begin to see how He is working everything together for your good, even when it's not immediately clear. This trust also prepares you for what God has planned for the future. By depending on Him now, you are learning to walk by faith and not by sight, which will be essential in the relationships and blessings He brings into your life. God is shaping your character and your faith, ensuring that you're ready for the next chapter He has in store. Trust that His timing and purpose are far greater than anything you could plan on your own. Learning to trust God completely can also deepen your prayer life and your awareness of His presence. When you choose to rely on Him, you invite Him into every detail of your life, allowing Him to guide and protect you. This trust becomes a testimony of His goodness and faithfulness, not only to you, but to others who see your example. In time, you'll look back on this season and see how God was teaching you to trust Him so you could step into His best for you with confidence. If this content inspired you, please like, comment, and subscribe to Pure Inspirational for more uplifting messages and insights. Your support helps us continue sharing God's wisdom and encouragement. Be blessed.